y'all.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, he did some funny shit. He really did do some funny shit. What I do? I said, let me get my laptop.
It did nothing. Like, where was the laugh getting out at?
He might be trying. Yeah, you know,
I didn't. Yeah.
It's a mind over matter thing.
There we go.
Yeah, it's really a trademark for not to really laugh at the beginning of the video. No one knows why.
Alright, y'all. We are officially back.
Yeah, that's facts.
I like that I have one that. I was gonna say one that doesn't squeak, but it's not going back anymore. So I don't know what happened. I think I broke it. It was going back.
Not
before.
enough bot power.
Yeah.
They spin
Mine
like
leans
that.
back. This is kind of
It
trash.
leans back,
But I
can
can't
hear it
spin
squeak.
to this guy.
But yeah, today we got a very special guest, bro. You look familiar, man.
Been outside.
You be outside?
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Tiny bit, you know. Queen's Tommy.
Yeah.
You know, Queen's got the money, man.
Yeah.
You know the vibes.
You know that.
Yo, I mean, you laughing, but like Queens is really the best, bro. Like honestly, like if you don't understand, Queens just knows. You know, that's what means you just know.
Yeah, man. And what's known don't gotta be explained.
Exactly.
What does Queens know?
What don't you know?
Sound like someone from not Queens.
Word.
From not Queens. From not Queens, God.
If you know, you know. If you don't,
You don't.
sucks to suck.
Yeah. But yeah, you know.
Introduce yourself, young man.
What's up, everybody? My name is Shakur.
Hi, Shakur.
From Queens, New York.
Welcome.
I'm here for the podcast. I'm here to spread love, not hate.
I felt that.
What you be doing nowadays, bro?
What do I not do?
Mm.
I feel like that's the real question.
You're squeaky.
Make jelly donuts. You don't do that, do you?
Nah,
That can be valid though. Donut business.
not my lane.
Okay.
Alright, man. Alright. So what is your lane, man?
I'm an Instagram comedian.
Oh, okay. That's valid. That's valid.
That's fine.
I like that.
I'm not gonna lie.
Get access to all that anytime I want.
And you already know, link in description.
Word.
Yeah.
We gonna be in the description. You better look down. And while you're at it, like, comment, subscribe, please, and thank you.
Speaking of which, yo, if y'all loving our videos, please tell us in the comments.
Word. We like everyone to see the love, not just text messages.
Facts.
Facts. Don't keep it to yourself.
Yeah, no more hey babes, what's up? I like your podcast.
Oh my goodness, why? Why did you?
Not on blast. That's crazy.
But yeah,
How does it feel to be a villain, Richard?
Jimmy, let us know, bro. What we talking about today, bro?
Basically, you know, just kind of in line with what you just said, we're gonna be talking about media and specifically kind of like media entrepreneurship. You know, kind of like looking at the different avenues that media, specifically like social media, is used for people to kind of like, you know, branch into new fields. You know, we've seen a lot changing in this digital age, and so we're gonna be talking about. Well, oh man, I really am squeaking. We're gonna be talking about.
You just heard it. Okay.
We're gonna be talking about, you know, how a lot of these things came to be and where we see them going from the future. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, just off rip, do we think that using social media for entrepreneurship is valid? I feel like a lot of people kind of shoot it down. A lot of people may seem to like overhype it, say like, oh, it's the only thing we ever need. What's y'all take on that?
Me personally, I think in terms of just building a platform, I think it's very useful, right? To say that it's not useful, I think it's just cap. Just cap. Like you're just blind to what statistics, facts. Like to say there's not, nah. There's fruitfulness to it. However, I do think though, once you kind of get a certain platform, I would like to see more platforms where it's like, okay, well, I built my platform on social media, and then I grew it to a more equitable site or equitable source. You know, something that's like isn't plagued with other things that can go left, right? Or something that's more of you. Like we seen how Instagram kind of just be like giving shadow bans and giving things to like more fruitful things, like, you know, but other people can just spit like hateful rhetoric.
Yeah.
And it's not so like I think it's more about once you get your platform, think about shifting it to a better platform that can, you know, you have more control and always get more control and it's more equitable.
I feel like it's a gift and a curse. So it's like, it's all about how you use social media. It's different types of social media. It's different types of things you can do. So at the end of the day, you got to use it to your advantage. Like you might be somebody that don't talk to nobody, but social media is gonna get you like your audience. So you got to use it to your advantage, or you might just not like it at all, and you just might not. That might just not your vibe. It's just not something you want to get into.
That's facts. Like social media really allows like introverts to still have access to everybody.
Exactly.
And then they like many times they just kind of blink like, oh yeah, people like me, and I starting to like them back. Look at that.
I'm crying. Are you describing yourself?
Whoa.
In a sense? No?
Not really.
Because you kind of like a ghost on social media, just a little.
I mean
bit.
that's true. I do be
still
ghost
got
social media. Sometimes I just kind of be tired of hearing like or looking at nonsense. I just be like,
I get that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe hear me out. Maybe I'm just weird like that. But I don't like misogyny or misandry. So
and like sometimes like a lot of times it's just like avoidable because like first off I don't even follow people that be like that, but of course some people like let's say like they're like like I found this frustrating. Because people use social media to express themselves. Like it's like I found this frustrating. Like we need to do better. It's like of course I'm always down for doing better, but it's just like dang. Every time you want to talk about doing better, you show me just another example of people just being trash, bro. Just like, I feel like we could start a day off where it's just like, start off with a good video. Someone donating. Someone doing something positive, doing something good for the environment, and then saying like, here's an example of what we're doing better. Let's just keep doing this. Instead of just kind of like always looking at the bad and be like, oh, don't be the bad. Because like, we always know what the bad is anyway. So it's like, just, we already know to not do it.
I feel like that goes more based off who you follow. Like, honestly, I like social media, but I like it sometimes. Like, I don't want to be on it all the time. I want to be on there just enough. I might like a few posts. I might post, whatever. But there's also moments where it's like, okay, I don't want to be on it. I don't want to look at it. Like, I low-key want to be a ghost just for a little bit. But one thing I can say about my feed is I only follow things that inspire me or give some type of positivity. Like, funny things, I might follow them to an extent, but once I feel like it's getting to, like, probably not, or, like, just messages that's coming across, it sounds too depressing, I just be like, yeah, no, I gotta go. I don't need that type of energy.
Word.
So,
That's why I got rid of Twitter, because you can't really, like, control what you see on there. I think Instagram, you follow people, you see the people that you follow, and that's pretty easy, but on Twitter, you see, there's a trending page, you get people's retweets. I don't want to see your retweets. On TikTok, there's way too much going on.
Yeah.
I like Instagram. I like watching my little cake decorating videos on there.
Word.
The only problem is that I only see like 10 of my friends on Instagram. Like I know I have more friends, like the friends I talk to. Like I want to see what they doing too, but I gotta scroll like
because like with
There's a
the
way you can set that up though.
well now
there's
you can but like just even like previously just kind of like let's say you have 10 like those 10 friends kind of like post a lot, so it's like you don't always click those and see those, so they're always gonna be on the front 5 to 10. And then the others, well, they just kind of get lost in this space.
It is what it is.
But it's funny how you mentioned about like people and how they get their platforms and how they move on. Like so, like that kind of like makes me just kind of think about like the whole wave of influencers. What do you think about that? Because I feel like it's a term that's used rather loosely many times. Yeah. But I've also I just think it's interesting how like a lot of people can almost literally have so much influence and they're almost like power. Kind of like sway opinions, incite people to do this or that and stuff like that. What's your take?
I might be biased, but I feel like influencers is a good thing, cause like me myself, technically I'm an influencer. Like I post all the time. I'm on social media. I'm active. I got an audience. People watch my videos, so I feel like it's a good thing, cause it's like a new wave. Like 10 years ago, you wouldn't call yourself an influencer. Right. If anything, 10 years ago, you probably would have looked dumb. Because somebody would just be like, nah, who is this posting these videos all the time? Yeah, exactly.
Like, yo, bro, shut up, we get it.
Yeah, like these videos don't make no sense. Now it's like, it's actually a lane where you can make videos, make TikToks, actually profit off of that. So
that's huge.
You could actually like do something with social media. Like in my case, it's too late. Like I already did it so long that I can only go up from here. But I don't want to be one of those people. It's like, I do social media and I post nothing but nonsense. And it's like, people not going to take you serious. Or you just post comedy and it's like, that's your lane. Everybody has their own niche, so to speak.
Yeah. How about that? Me, with influencers, is very, being that I'm more like, I see more of the entrepreneurial things, like a course for this or a course for that.
Always some course.
There's some, like, literally, if it's something that I've been wanting to get into, like, I think I got on this Airbnb one time, and I'm looking at the video and I'm like, you are an amateur, but like badly. Like the video foggy. You sound like the audio was just. I'm like,
it's not
no,
synced.
no. I'm like,
mouth moving for the words get to it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
it took my $10.
Hi.
Like I just be so upset. Like I feel like some people, it is, but it's like. I like for my money to go to quality. I don't care how much I'm spending. So it's like, for you to really call yourself that, it's like you're not there. Stop it. It's like you're just not there.
I made a
yet.
valid point. Like, yeah, I'm saying like heard you, like you know, like.
okay.
Oh, I thought you were
That's
saying.
not
I thought you were
what
saying
that
like
means.
giving that tier list.
Right,
I don't think you make your
like-
money go to
Exactly.
What? I
That
was thinking like
did not sound like I heard
no,
you.
when you was like, oh, like I don't care like how much it is, the quality.
No,
I'm saying
no.
like,
I don't care how much I
Cause
spend.
I
I'd
care.
rather
Cause-
it be
yeah, like-
quality.
I care.
Yeah,
cause
like
effective ratio impacts me personally.
right. I just rather it be quality. But when I seen that, it's like you literally, cause it's not even just me. You literally have other people paying for this, and it's like you're learning literally nothing. And people sometimes make money one time from someone that they probably learned it from, and they feel like, oh yeah, I could teach this now. And it's like you're not experienced yet. You're like you don't have enough under your belt yet to really be credible. So I feel like some influencers just kind of take that too far, and they're not even ready for that yet.
But I think influencer being that it's used as like a blanket kind of umbrella term, I think it's also useful because it shows you what they're influencing, right?
Yeah.
Like they be like influence. I'm like you can influence dog water. Like it can still be trash, but it's still influencing something.
Yeah.
And I feel like too often times people don't, I guess, understand the influence that they have. Right? It's like even if it's like, oh well, I got 1K followers, I'm nothing. It's like you'd be surprised. I mean, like even if it's like 5 people, you still influence those in some way, shape, or form. So I feel like just in social media, especially now, it's like we all have to like be conscious that. Now, don't get me wrong, they influence more people, but we can still impact others and influence on some degree. But a lot of people be on influencer just influence. Oh yeah, I influence. I got a business, and it's like on social media, you just show stuff. You see stuff.
Right.
Oh, we're not in real life.
Yeah, you know, it's like,
and stuff like that. We're in a lot of times like to be capping, which always makes me question like whether the whole like influencer trend, especially when people want to use it for like, you know, funneling their courses, you know, how like sustainable do we think that is, especially when like if things stop being a trend and everybody kind of like gets on it, but and then everyone technically is going to be growing. Right, because I don't think anyone is really losing that many followers over time. Everyone's just gonna like kind of keep growing. The more and more people get exposed to social media, so it's just like, how much do you like? Can we even think that they'll continue to have like weight over people and their decisions, especially as everyone grows, and then the growing of like difference of opinions and stuff like that also grow. You know what I'm saying?
What you trying to say?
What's
what's not what you trying to say, but like what specifically are you asking?
Oh yeah, I'm basically saying like how sustainable do we think that the whole influencer like trend is basically, especially like because we see basically more and more people becoming it, and so it's like let's say we see people like kind of like clashing in terms of opinion, like easy examples like let's say politics. We know like people that like want to talk about like let's say advocacy, whether it's like on the left or the right. It's like all right, if there are influences on both sides, then they're kind of like clashing. It's like, do they still have that same weight on people's opinions and actions?
well, I actually watched a documentary about it was by Cambridge Analytica. It was talking about how literally like actually propaganda, like they literally like this, but Brexit and other companies in Russia will literally like be polarizing and like give people propaganda on for the Black Lives Matter, give audiences this to different like media about like cops being KKK members, and then they'll give Blue Lives Matter to the cops, and it's like it. I think it's a byproduct of certain things of influencing. Like you can't really see it, like sometimes you can see it like of course you can see it what's I'm looking for blatantly. Other times I think it's kind of like a subconscious kind of thing that sees through certain actions. Like maybe you'd be surprised how some like what you see on social media can influence your daily behaviors. So they can't really be tracked unless you have like some like superior kind of analytical software or data base to see it. But this like the impact is definitely there in my opinion. I think it's there for literally everyone. And the more numbers you have, the more people you're impacting. So I think it's definitely it raises an interesting question you had, and we definitely can't see it.
And that's the scary part.
And it's scary. It's definitely scary.
We really don't even know what's happening. So it's like when the changes happen, it's like it just kind of happened.
Yeah. And no one sees it until it's like a significant number. So it's like
exactly until it's like too late.
When it's in motion, it's like, oh, they're capping. That's weird. And it's like, whoa, what? Like, people are actually doing this? Like, this is.
You'd be surprised if some people got following. Just like, how'd that happen?
Yeah.
Like, what did I miss? Was there like a time lapse or something? Did I sleep for years?
Overnight success is literally a thing now, and that's crazy. That's crazy.
I mean, they even call people persuadables. Like, there's literally people like on social media where it's like can get swayed or influenced a certain way, and Instagram and Facebook literally calls them persuadables. Just like, oh, but these people could change.
There's one guy I wrote an article about for the paper, Axel Weber, and the whole Juilliard thing, and how he kind of blew up overnight. Then all these random strangers on TikTok that have never met him were like defending him to the death on Juilliard's social media accounts. And you can like some random guy that no one's ever met can garner all of this like outrageous support from these strangers on the internet is like, I guess it's kind of like indicative of a problem, or I guess it just shows how much power you can accidentally gain on social media just because you have a lot of followers.
I just feel like you could let it change your life if you allow it. Like, if you really put your best foot forward into, like, putting content out, and it's good content, it's possible, like, it can really change your life. Like, look at YouTube. Like, obviously, this is YouTube. This is a YouTube platform, but I'm saying, like, let's say you decided one day, like, yo, like, I'm done with school. I'm done with everything. Like, I'm going to just move and be a YouTuber. It's possible that you could really, like, pan out if you put all your dedication and time into that. Because I've seen people, like, go from, like, 4 years of college, and then they wind up doing YouTube, and YouTube is paying way more than whatever their degree did.
It's crazy. It's funny you mention it, because it's such a crazy shift where, like, we basically saw how stuff like Netflix, HBO, Hulu, and all there's more and more subscription services. I'm really not liking it, because you have them all. You're probably paying, like, $80 a month.
From a mile. The second I think, like, HBO announced they were making an app like years ago, I was like, we're just gonna be stuck paying for like 18 different subscriptions when we're gonna end up paying more than we were paying for cable.
For cable anyway.
Yeah.
But I will say this, I do like about it because my mom pays for cable, but the cable pairs with all the HBO stars and everything. So it's like I just use our login and I got 10 free things. So it's like honestly, all I watch is anime and HBO Max and Stars. That's really what my rotation looks like. Or Netflix.
I don't have cable in my room, but I can go to any other room and watch TV. It's fine.
That's what I'm saying. Like literally, like as long as someone got cable, send me a login.
Send me that login. And it's just crazy though, because we kind of saw like real time how stuff like Netflix took over, and she was like, oh yeah, like, and it was crazy because I feel like growing up everybody had a cable box, and then now it's just like,
Now you don't even watch TV.
Literally, no. Don't even watch live TV.
Like, I feel like what's a commercial?
So first of all, if you don't get the higher subscription, you still watch commercials.
It's gonna be me.
Still watching commercials. Just for the people,
YouTube ads.
Just saying.
What's that block?
Y'all remember? Were y'all watching Netflix when you literally had to order the movie to your house?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Nah, I know what you're talking about, but nah, I wasn't even on it at the time.
Like way back when people were still watching cable.
Yes.
That's when Blockbuster was still in business.
Yes.
Brian was on Blockbuster and getting games for like $5 and bringing it back to the shop.
Nah, one thing I say, I remember being a kid though, like really looking forward to watching TV though.
Yeah, man.
Yo,
like
Ben 10?
after school show?
Exactly.
Yo, you gotta get home at like 4:30 to watch the new Ben 10 episode.
Yeah, y'all watch Teen Titans?
I don't never say
Symbiotic
in my life.
I know what you're talking about, because I know by Symbiotic, but I'm not sure what the full name is. But like, and I remember, and I always remember, plays like Disney and like Nick and Cartoon, whenever they're releasing, they're like, oh, 8/7 Central. I'm like, what does that even mean?
Nah, for real.
I was like, 8/7 Central, what is that?
And it took me so long to figure it out. I was like, why y'all added extra numbers?
And also 8 where? 7 for Central Time Zone, but where is it 8 o'clock?
Yeah, apparently.
Because there's like 4 time zones.
Yeah, I don't understand how we were supposed to decipher that.
Still to this day, I can't even speak on it.
Like why did they put that on Disney Channel? Like I would know. Like
like
just tell me what's
I'm
happening.
like 8 years old. Do you think I can decipher that for myself?
Bro, literally also was guide. I said, I will fast forward and see who was coming. Like, oh, okay, Ben 10 coming this time.
Word. And I just feel but like it's honestly astounding just seeing how we see how that like took over, and then we're kind of seeing how like content creation now is taking over from even those things. Right? Like you can watch people like you can go like let's say like Twitch, YouTube, and you see people like either like when they're live, tens of thousands of people at one time.
Bro, you see people
Almost
literally
almost
talk
we've gone
licking
full
their
circle.
mics
Yeah.
and making bank off of that. I think that's kind of crazy. Like, can you like it's
Why'd you use that example?
not because it
Nah,
shows
'cause
you how
it's-
far right.
It's a fact. It's a fact. It's a lot of things that people do that we think is dumb, but they're actually getting paid for that.
Like
Right.
bank.
Like-
Don't they get paid per view or something?
Nah, they
Or
get
not.
paid like 1,000 views. Like if you get
Oh.
10,000 views, then you might get something type shit.
Yeah, and then with Twitch,
And
they
they
got
make
like
subs.
Twitch
They
has
make
like
money off the
subscriptions, donations, and then bits, which is just basically Twitch currency, so more donations.
Oh,
Like
wow.
it's
Yeah, it's really crazy.
insane.
Oh, it
That's
is.
I feel like that's the biggest thing about social media. Everybody got a lane.
Mhm.
Like my lane is Instagram comedy. Like I'll make an Instagram skit if something funny happened. Like Will Smith smacked Chris Rock, I had to make a video on that. That was like the #1 thing in the world at the time. But it's like it's people that cook, it's people that lick their mics, it's people that just show their
make
toes,
tiny
and then
foods.
people look at their
That's
toes
wild.
all day, and they actually getting money off that. Like,
No, that's a fact. I can't believe that people would rather watch people play video games now
Yes,
than to
yes.
play the
Play
video
them.
game.
Hold on,
And
hold
it's
on,
like,
Hold on.
Hold on.
I'm,
There's
so
I'm
you
not
gotta
special
be,
for
you
you
gotta
to
really
answer
be,
your
you
point.
gotta be really on a different level to
That's what I'm
for
saying.
someone to watch you play.
yeah.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
That's
Because like if you're just some average Joe, no one's gonna care about watching,
No,
unless
I'm
you have like
talking
a great
about the people
personality.
Who would rather just watch you than to play the game.
Yeah,
It's
that's
what I'm
like-
saying.
Exactly.
Like,
It's
it's
just
like,
like-
like think about it.
When you're looking at like professionals, because it's just like especially when you have like a certain grasp. Cause it's kind of like because we kind of do that with other things anyway. Like let's say literally sports. I could be I could be like a casual basketball player. I'd probably get whooped if I go to the park though. But man, it would be great to watch LeBron James.
That's different though. Like
It's not.
that's,
It's
that's
not.
literally
Okay, hear me out.
sports.
Nah, it is though.
Yeah, but
Like,
He's a
if you're-
professional.
Right. If you're
And
Yeah,
these gamers are as well.
yeah, they're professionals.
But
at
some
the game.
she's talking about like people you just watching them just
like
'cause
you
they
literally
playing-
just watching them play
like,
the game.
you're just watching them play.
When
literally.
you can also play like just go
Okay,
play the
okay.
game.
And I
First
can
of all,
also
I
go to
could
a park.
never pull it Albert Lately. Okay.
I don't even know what that is.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Exactly. Jimmy, not talking about. Like, hear me out. So it's like, imagine do something in casual time, right? And it's like you're literally just doing it for casual. Like you're literally just like I don't know, like a game you play. Now imagine people get paid to literally like can do stuff, snipes, headshots, like
360 no
360 no
scopes.
scopes.
Yeah.
Literally just like
But are you
yeah,
doing it
point
to
and click.
learn how to do that, or you're literally just watching it?
Half
so
and
they
half.
can
Some
do
of
half
it?
it's
and half. And
entertainment.
also it's like how?
Yeah.
Like literally, I can watch this man do it back to back and no hacking consecutively, back to back. I will get on and get clapped. like,
I wasn't gonna say nothing. But
like
okay.
it's still that wow factor because it's something that's a human can do,
Yeah.
and they're still doing it. Now, don't get me wrong, they're average Joe. It could be the charisma, the comedy, right? It's something of entertainment. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not watching someone just. All right, guys, they're ready. Just playing a game and it's kind of like
Let's go, boys.
yeah.
Like not yeah, because basically what it is just like yo, you're seeing like you are like interested in a certain hobby and you're basically seeing someone maximize the potential. So it's kind of like just a like how you say like a wow factor, just seeing like how far humans can really go. Like let's say something like Fortnite, right? Fortnite started out just being like a meme game where people just like oh, you might as well just be like a cartoon character.
Yeah.
And you're just, doing dumb stuff, right? Like literally people just like ride on rockets for fun. And then after a while, people were able to see.
Oh my goodness.
People were like when people started to like incorporate like building, right? It was like okay, that's a fun aspect of it. And then we were able to see like yo, people are literally doing things so fast. Like when you're watching it, it's hard to even comprehend because you're looking at like let's say the controller because like people would have like the extra webcam on their keyboard or mouse with the controller. It's just
Yeah.
they're just in it, and you're looking on screen. You're like wow. I didn't even think that was possible.
But not only that,
And yet they're doing it efficiently.
not only they're doing it efficiently, they're doing it in the same stuff like us.
I have a
Like they keep like
question,
these people like weren't famous then. They're like in their mother's home.
Where they still be in the on their
That's what
parents'
I'm saying,
home.
and like then they reached that level. But like if you watch like the Tifu, the ninjas, and like Myth,
Myth.
like they're
Shout out to
literally like
Myth,
just
man.
like us. Like they're in their home, they go after school, play a game, and they're nice at it. And it's like holy snap, they do something in my free time that they can also grow. Like
Word.
Wait, so was that metaverse before the metaverse?
No.
no,
No.
that's not even like.
Cause Loki, just like some of the things you were saying, like okay, we went from just playing the game, just doing random stuff to now we're building, we're incorporating this. It just kind of reminded me of the metaverse, which
Sounds
is
like you're eager for another episode.
probably I don't
Sounds
know.
like a
Find out next time.
Sounds
no.
Sound like a
Ball
teaser.
in front.
The snap and the finger guns, but quietly snapping. I just hear like.
I can really only snap with one finger, but it does enough for this.
Depends
one.
on how dry my hands are.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, I found out.
Sometimes
Is
I
this
can't
not
hear.
snap? This is the snap.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
hitting the
I
hand.
still don't understand how.
I use this finger.
Every time I pretend that it's these ones though.
Yeah. I don't know how I use this finger. I use this one.
I cannot do that.
I have to use
Oh wait,
the
I
middle.
think I should. I guess it works.
Back on topic though.
Sorry, that was my fault.
Woo. But yeah, so like, even just kind of think about the projection of this all. Like, do y'all think that like, do y'all think there's even a chance for cable TV to be completely replaced, or even like the subscription services when we can see like stuff like YouTube where it's just like, yo, if they're because how we talk about like, let's say like we talk about like niches and everything, is like, I bet I found someone that does everything that I like. Do I need to basically pay for any other type of entertainment? Like, do you think that would be like a complete shutout, kind of like a half shutout, or like, do they think like, you know, do the subscription services have nothing to fear, even though Netflix keeps raising up them prices? So
Yeah.
I think specifically, I think the only thing that's going to be staying on cable is just news.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any other
I mean,
replication.
you can also see that on regular channels
What do you
without
mean?
a cable box.
what you
What do you mean?
what
Like
channels?
just on the
Like
like
channel
Like,
basic.
just online? Wait, Channel 7 is
Look,
cable?
without cable, but just like on your TV.
I mean, yeah.
Now I don't know what you're talking about. You said Channel 7 not cable?
Not
There's like local news that you don't
What
need
you
cable
mean?
for.
I don't. I
There-
mean,
there is
I don't
cable,
know.
Don't
There
you need
is.
cable running to your TV for that?
Yeah, I've never
You
seen.
can watch
I mean,
with like
I-
antenna. I used to
I-
have antennae on
I
my
don't.
TV.
Well,
Yeah, I
I
feel
don't
like
think
that's
they do
older
that
than
anymore.
I mean, I feel like that still
Yeah.
that counts as cable because that has to come from like a provider, right?
Yeah.
That's not free, is it?
No.
Am I tweaking?
I mean,
No,
at the
you don't
at the
need
same
cable.
time, I feel like every channel, not every channel, but most channels have apps now.
What I'm saying though, like for like
At the same
news stuff like that, it's like
But news have apps.
specifically in terms of the culture of it, right? Like people turn on the
Where get your
remote.
live weather promptly at
Yeah.
7:01 a.m.
I think because
Yeah, I get a notification on my phone
That's
when
not the
rain's
same.
gonna
Unless
start.
you really like your weatherman.
Like the meteorologists, they have good energy.
and not only that, like what you call it, like my mom loves Dr. Phil, so like those shows, I feel like
I thought he was canceled. They didn't cancel him.
Doesn't he? Oh no, that's Maury.
Maury. Yeah. that's
Everybody
Maury.
get canceled nowadays. I don't
That
even
is
know.
true.
Not like
Okay.
Cancel
canceled,
culture
like
is definitely a part of
his-
media. Like
it's part of
heavy.
everything, honestly.
I feel like cancel culture is like a little over the top though. Like people get canceled for anything now.
Dang.
But that's the thing. I feel like we're all cancel culture. 'Cause
Yeah,
at the end of the
it's
day,
not
we
one
I think
because
I
it's
think
it's ubiquitous, literally.
we're just
because-
everybody chooses what they will and won't
Yeah.
support. Like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, you know, if you find out like there's some dude kicks kids on his free time, y'all not gonna support him. At least I hope y'all not. Jesus Christ.
Right, but social media
Wait,
kind
Club
of.
Noir won't support them.
That's crazy.
And if you do, don't jack Club
But,
Noir.
but like no, like I mean, yeah, I'm being hyperbolic, but like you get the point. Like I feel like a lot of people try to be like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not even saying like y'all doing this. But I feel like when people talk about cancel culture, I
it
feel
seems like
they
a separate
kinda-
entity.
Yeah,
And now
like,
it's like
there's
against
a thing
us,
you
but it's
have
like
to fear.
Yeah.
Or like
yeah,
a,
when it's like
a thing that's
technically
coming for you.
we are all cancel culture because it's still just gonna be what we choose to consume and not
And also,
consume
I
based
think
on like
it's
ethics.
the
and
thing
shit.
that a lot of people are afraid of, but it also doesn't always stick. You know, so
That
you could
too.
be canceled,
Yeah.
but then
That
like, next
too.
week you're like still
There's
making
people
$1
who've been
million.
canceled for saying the N word. They
They can-
definitely
they
have
can
more
change
followers
anyone.
than that.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Bro, there's people who
Yeah.
got
You get
canceled for
canceled for
incels,
anything.
Basically,
got a
anyone
brand
that
new
was
album,
canceled.
Gotta
up
be-
new
Yeah.
sales. Like, no, you're wrong.
There's
But,
like child
yeah.
predators
That's
on
crazy.
TikTok that were canceled, but they're like still making
Literally.
$1,000 a video. So like
Literally.
you're not
That's
being
the
canceled.
thing, though. That's the weird thing about cancel culture. You could cancel something, but being that now that it literally became a trend now. Like all you're literally doing, you're canceling them because you're saying it, but they're making more money just because you canceled them.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I think another like reservation I have is about like cancel culture, just about media too. People act like me is like some separate entity, and it's like,
Like
we
the
also
media is like,
yeah, like
That was a thought.
no, yeah, that's facts. Like we also contribute to media.
Yeah.
Like what we
Exactly.
choose to show, what we choose to watch, how we choose to react to certain things,
Mm-hmm.
still contributes like to like the grand scheme of things. So it's like I find it funny people be like, oh, this is me doing this, and it's like, well, what are you doing?
Whereas, especially when it comes to social media, it's like you know, people talk about like what they share. It's just like,
What are you
why is
sharing?
it-
yeah.
Like, what
But
no,
people
seriously,
in the
what are you
media won't
sharing?
Talk about this, but it's like, well, you can talk about it right now.
Literally.
Yeah.
I've never seen mentions outside of someone else. So it's like, are you telling me that you're only going to talk when prompted to? Like-
Exactly.
What kind of life is that?
And they'll try to use it to like
hilarious.
underplay other issues and stuff like that. It's just like you see, it's very easy to just complain, but it's just like at the very least try to be the change.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like me, I mean, like you said, I be ghosting Instagram a lot. Which is like the few times I'm here,
James.
I mean, oh, sorry.
That's why I had to switch to a non-squeaky chair so I can still hear you.
Killing me.
Like,
I think it's because I can't do it. It's upsetting me. Shut. You know what? Okay. All right.
my goodness.
Mine won't bounce anymore either, and I'm really upset.
Sorry.
It only goes this far. It won't go any further.
All you did was add to it. I can't even lean too back. I'm not even in the camera. Like, you know what? We're done. Okay.
So do y'all think like it's gonna cable's gonna be obsolete? But I think besides news, I don't think it's gonna be
I feel
obsolete.
like it has an
I agree with that,
opportunity
to be
to.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So what you think about? What you think about like YouTube?
What about it? What do I think?
I
I
think
feel
YouTube
like-
is gonna take over.
I feel like YouTube already took over.
That's
If
true.
you
I think
ask
they'll
me.
take over again though.
Because majority of the time, you ask somebody if they watch TV, they're gonna say no, and they most likely gonna say they watching Netflix or YouTube.
Right.
I have
Like
when
have a
I
fire
have
stick
my
or
like free time because I've got like basically Monday through Friday now because we're doing this. I'm busy all day, but then once I get home at like 10 p.m., I open up Hulu, Showtime, Netflix, and YouTube, and I just switch back and forth between those until midnight.
Wow.
That's most people though.
Yeah.
That's me switching through all my apps. To be honest, like.
No, literally like because ever since I've been like fasting, literally all I watch is like YouTube, like informational videos. Like that's all I've been watching.
Like I don't know. I feel like YouTube just. I think it's gonna retake. It's gonna take over again because YouTube was just kind of like, you want to know something random and weird?
Yeah.
Just go to
And I think
YouTube. It'll probably
people
be
like
there.
short
Yeah.
form. People are more used to short form content now because of stuff like TikTok, where they like, don't have the attention span to sit through a show or a movie. So I think maybe like 10-minute videos on YouTube are like palatable for a lot of people.
And
Some of them be way longer. People be having
Yeah.
their whole lifestyle, like their whole week or whole day on YouTube. It's like, that's crazy, but I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Because like not only that, like you have the complete autonomy. Like
Exactly.
cable, like people talk about, oh, you watch any channel you want, but like yeah, but to some degree, it's still chosen content. Like
I feel like cable is really just news, award shows, and sports.
Yeah,
Facts.
yeah.
Only time I really
Facts.
miss not having cable is when people are watching stuff live, like a big thing's happening live and I can't watch it.
Yeah.
I stopped.
Like
caring.
other than that,
genuinely not
nobody's
care.
really watching TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, because one, I don't even like news because half the time it's just weather and then
Now,
tragedy.
news is depressing.
Yeah.
News
Where
is
it's
depressing
literally
for real.
weather and tragedy. It's like first off,
Speaking of which, if you want to change the news, hit me up. I'm trying to make it a project, but yeah.
indeed. But yeah, it's just like it's news and tragedies. First off, I got my phone for weather. Secondly, I don't gotta know about tragedy every day. Cheese and rice.
They
And
have
then
apps for that.
we do the R word.
Citizens app can tell you enough, honestly.
Word.
I don't use
Even that I can't
Me
use
either.
it
I
anymore.
can't. It's
Oh,
like
like somebody
down
with a
the block.
machete.
God, like
There's
Someone
no
with a
call to
machete on the
action.
block.
you fear
Word,
for your
it's just-
life walking down the block because somebody just.
I mean, they
Anytime
call
people
the
even avoid the
cops
issue
on
anyway.
citizens.
Yeah, people like my
So
biggest
it
problem.
tells you like cops are on the location or whatever.
And my biggest problem is like it's just the thing about just polarizing content and in terms of like trauma is like there's literally no hope or call to action, which is why I don't like the news currently. Like before, media was so much better because it was centralized in the community, so you would only get issues that you can actually do something about, and it would tell you how to do something about it. Oh, your local dine's being shut down. This is how you can fight it. Or it just happened. This is how you can fight it. Or hey, this is your election. Go vote.
Go vote, yeah.
But like with follow-ups, it's not like only pay attention to the mayor. Like it was more thorough things, and I feel like I don't know. It's kind of like the good thing about like media in terms of social media is that you kind of search it up. But also that those organizations that should be needing and should be enforcing the positive content. I don't know. That's not a question. Like, how y'all feel about like checks and balances within social media? Like,
Are you asking about whether they exist?
Yeah, like or should exist or like just.
There are barely any.
I feel like it depends on who you are, because it's possible you could be on social media for years and not see nothing, and then it's possible you make one video and you go like viral, and now you're a millionaire. Not a millionaire, but like now you're getting way more money than you would ever imagine off of one video.
I'm trying to figure out how to do that as we speak.
I try to do it every day. For real.
And I mean, I don't know. I feel like in terms of checks and balances, I feel like people talk about stuff like let's say community guidelines are typically not hard to not break. Like they literally be like, hey,
It's so
don't
ambiguous.
spread racist rhetoric, don't spread sexist rhetoric, don't incite violence. People be like, really, all these rules? And I'm like,
Like, why do you find that so impossible to do?
literally, people are like, ugh, I Cause I was in the lab. Like,
People will
on
do
the
all
internet.
those things and still aren't breaking the guidelines.
Which is the
according to
crazy
those
part.
apps. Yeah.
It depends on who it is at that point.
Like,
And what they look like,
it's just
rather.
wild because like I feel like they're very simple rules, and people be like, why am I so confined and
Because that's all of
restricted?
their
I'm like,
that's what their content is based
That's
off.
what I hear
Literally.
when people say that they're like afraid of being canceled. I'm like, well, what is it that you do? Where you're like, constantly afraid people are gonna cancel you.
They give everything but value. Like
not even that.
putting
'Cause you
out
can
there if
you
that's
can
your
be
fear.
you can produce content with not much value and still not get canceled. It's just like you must be like trying very hard to like say the N words for you to get canceled. Like
Exactly.
it's really not that hard.
That's facts.
Like that means you're literally doing nothing positive.
Like, yeah, if your biggest fear every day when you're doing your job or whatever, or you're posting your videos that you're gonna get canceled, you're probably not doing something right.
We're like, it's crazy.
Like, oh my god, I hope they don't shut me down.
Like I was even talking to my cousin today, just like how I like just speak with people in general. Just like, let's say someone were to like screenshot a comment or anything, I know who I am, so I'm not concerned. Like someone could hit me up like, say, yo, something you said was like put on the internet. I was just like, okay, what did I tell them? Have a good day. Like, I don't be out here spreading hatred.
Like, oh my gosh, you offended me. Like,
Literally. I'm not here spreading hatred. I'm not here spreading like bigoted rhetorics.
right.
I pretty much spend most of my time on my phone showing love, shouting people out. What could you possibly cancel?
Yeah, honestly, all I'm saying is, I hope they don't leak the PS5.
Not me. Xbox. PC actually.
We're covered.
Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, we'll be cool.
Yeah. All right. So, honestly, just I guess to wrap it up a little bit. Honestly, I don't know. What y'all even just seeing the evolution of social media type of content over the next few years. I know I said like I think YouTube's gonna like blow up again just because everyone's basically getting specialized content for whatever they want with almost like no end. Like if someone for some odd reason wants to hear people chew food all day, there is literally all the content on there. So like, well, with that being said, yeah, like what do y'all think is like the future for y'all? Like how big do you think it's gonna get? Do you think it's on a decline, incline, gonna like plateau? What's the dealio?
It's only going up. It's only going up because you gotta think about it like this. Like I'm assuming everybody here is like early 20s.
18.
Okay, still you about to be in your 20s, but like
Yeah,
like our generation was the generation to go from like we're like leaning towards no TV and Instagram and Facebook. Like we basically the social media generation. Mm-hmm. So the next generation is only gonna get worse. It's only gonna be crazier.
Cause I mean, they be at like 2-3 years old with iPads already. So.
Exactly.
exactly.
They know how to be an influencer at 5 years old.
My little brother, he's 3 years old. He literally like can speak. He speaks different languages, by the way. Like he's literally reciting Japanese and Spanish on a like iPad. Mm-hmm. He'd be like, "It's ni san chi." I'm like,
yeah,
bro, what?
Like the new generation already got an iPad.
But I'll call his name, he'd be ignoring me. So it's like, but it's whatever. But
He say the Spanish, that's why.
But yeah, it's like literally because the skill cap just keeps increasing, and then the freedom gets increases as well. Like I think we had talked on another episode how people got given leverage, right? When humans kind of just have the free range to do whatever they want, they tend to do whatever they want. So, like you said, like it's just gonna go up. My only fear is that I just hope I don't know how you're gonna do it because it's such a vast platform, but I want to see more morality, like some kind of moral high ground, some kind of common ground, and more call to action. I think one of my biggest, I guess, like reservations was just how media is becoming so encapsulating from a world level is that people start to look at the world. It's like, well, what about your day-to-day community? Like I want some form of familiarity, some kind of personal traits where it's like, yo, I know someone down the block. I met someone. I helped them out. I passed a homeless person on the train, gave him a little help, something like that. Something more that increases community and like actually that has some call to action. Not just like
bring people together.
Share a tweet about what's going on 10 million kilometers away. Like don't get me wrong, I love that. I love the fact that we can help others, but having that holistic.
We need a holistic jar. Anytime we use the word holistic, put $1 in.
juxtapose. But yeah, having that contrast, you know, with no, I'm kidding, having that same energy across the board, albeit globally, centrally, just everywhere. Honestly,
I feel like something that we should all think about, and I don't think nobody really talk about it. What's next? Like somebody told me like a really long time ago. I remember it's probably like 8th or 9th grade, and this girl came up to me, and it was like we going to different schools. Like it was basically like 8th grade, about to go into high school, and she came up to me. She was like, "Yo, like, what's your Facebook?" Because at the time, Facebook was like everything at that time. So I exchanged it or whatever. She's like, "Oh, I'm not really gonna be on it." I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "I'm gonna see you on the next app." Like whatever comes after Facebook, like I'm gonna see you on there because she's seen it. Like it's gonna be something else. Like the way Facebook was going, it was gonna be something else. Fast forward, we got Instagram. Now after Instagram, we got TikTok. So after TikTok,
remember Kick?
Exactly.
Man, listen.
Kick was
Conversation.
We had Kick.
Uvu.
Exactly.
No, Uvu. Oh my God.
Uvu was my
That was like-
FaceTime before I had FaceTime.
Exactly. All these apps are getting developed
Right.
like over time. So it's gonna be newer apps when we in the future.
I miss Vine.
Exactly.
I miss Vine, man.
I see something
Like, think about it like this,
bro, like
it's
regular
linked-
social media, bro.
It's
Why did
LinkedIn
Vine
right
die?
now, and then in 10 years it's gonna be
It's
like
a money thing.
something.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's the
So-
same thing as LinkedIn.
Connected.
Like yeah, like
something like
Wait, you should probably get that trademarked, by the way. Just
I should, right?
yeah.
Don't take it. But
Yeah, they'll listen to that.
but I don't know.
Like, is it trademark? Nope.
I
Oh,
like
man, she told me not to
where
take it, though. Can't do it.
social media is going with like the authenticity. I'm starting to see it like more than we have in the past. But you know, social media be a lot of cat. People be putting on
A lot.
personas a lot.
A
Like
lot.
they be putting on personas, whether it's relationship, whether it's stability, whether it's happiness. Like it could be anything. But I'm starting to see people become more vulnerable. And even though, like, for the longest, people be like, oh, don't wear your heart on your sleeve. Don't let people see you cry. Don't let, you know, stuff like that. I like to see that because that's the real, you know? And it's not that, oh, but that's just depressing or bringing people down. But it's like, no, it's making people realize we all go through this. Like, yes, we see the house. Yes, we see the family. Yes, we see the cars. But it's, right. But not everybody is there yet. So while it may be like relatable in mindset, like, oh yeah, I want to be there, you can still be relatable right now to let me know that, oh, this person goes through this too. I'm more connected to you in your lifestyle because I know that's a lifestyle that I wanted, but I didn't even know I could get there because of my mindset. Or not mindset, you got to change that. But if it's bad, but I didn't know I could get there due to my depression or due to my whatever circumstance. And you see somebody who lived that same circumstance, I was like, oh wow, like it looks more obtainable. So I want to see more of that moving forward.
stop the cap, basically.
Facts, not the
Just
cap.
Stop the cap.
I would also like to see more corgi videos.
That's
Corgi
something.
videos?
I think
They're so cute.
What's corgi? Little dog. Oh. I'm sorry. I'm literally just starting to.
I know
learn the name
that
of
hurt you
dogs.
that much.
I'm not gonna
Bro,
lie.
they're so cute. They're like golden thick waffles.
But that goes back to what I said. That goes back to what I said before. People have different lanes on social media. So somebody got a dog
Oh, it's
that's
so
mad cute, and they record it
I wouldn't
24/7,
get it, but it's so
24/7.
and they're getting
cute.
paid for that.
It's like a.
so. Wow, it's probably one of the quickest episodes. Did we hit every single bullet point?
Oh yeah, first time.
First time.
Wait,
Wow.
We gotta clap it up for ourselves. You
Wow,
making history.
I'm happy that I hit all the bullet points.
Wow.
Glad to be here.
You heard it here,
did it.
folks.
You heard it folks first.
You heard it-
Bloopers be like.
Can't even say it.
You heard it
Can't believe
here
it.
first, folks.
I can't believe
Club Noir hitting all bullet points on the agenda. Honestly, Shakur, I'm amazed. Great
Yeah.
topic. You know, honestly,
Great talk.
Great talk.
We should
Great
do this again
vibes.
sometime.
Great vibes.
Great
Thank you
vibes.
for being here. And you know,
Great waffles.
I don't know about that, but
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, thank you for being here.
Great
honestly,
guest.
no
We'll add
problem.
waffles to our road trip when we get Arby's.
Preferably not from Waffle House.
Yeah.
Waffles and then Arby's for lunch.
You're
Alright.
gonna be messed up by the nighttime.
I'm
But
not. I'm
that's
okay.
okay.
Good, but yeah.
Yeah. This was amazing.
See y'all next time.
Word. Hold on. Thank y'all again for watching.
Yeah.
Once again, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe.
Thank you for commenting
In the YouTube video, by the way.
And don't forget to follow us.
Yeah.
And also, shout out to the Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and Spotify people. Y'all mad cool.
Facts.
But still comment on YouTube.
Love